Hello, folks. It's a student poet once again. Now, welcome back to the show of What's Your Code? What's Your Code? Now, the year is about to end, and I've got a few questions for you. It's what goals, what dreams have you achieved this year? What goals, what dreams have you achieved so far to take to the new year? God, when the year ends, there's a time of celebration. There's a time for one way to the other getting to revisit our incarnate and just to, what have I done with this year? What have I done with 2022? And what am I taking to the new year? It's about to end. Only tomorrow is the 1st of December. And what have you achieved this year? It's either your personal goal, your financial goal, whatever that it is that gives yourself a fulfillment. What's your code? What's your code? I'm reminded by my former high school teacher, a great gentleman with very much an assertive voice, Mr. Mleb, the exact one who made me, in his first appearance, I ought to feel like one. From this day forth, I got to love history as itself. Hence, I'm calling myself the historian poet, darling of the people. Now, he said that change is the only thing permanent on this earth. Change is the only permanent thing on earth. The year is about to end. What goals, what dreams have you achieved this year? What goals, what dreams have you achieved this year? What are you taking to 2023? What's your code? What's your code? Now, heading back to the purpose of the day as itself. You all know that What's Your Code is all about you. Folks at home, your code matters to me. It makes this show alive. And one way to the other, we bring each other live. We give each other the oomph, the emphasis to go into life's daily activities with the drive, the hunger to face defeat again and again without giving up and be of a winner's quality. With that being said, welcome back to the show. This code. It's one of the beautifulest. Context of okay, sharp. This is one of the most beautiful and with the most scripted concept of it all. Yarim, life is a gift from God, and how we live our life is our gift to God. Life is a gift to God, from God, and how we live our life is our gift to God. Listen to that, hear that for a bit of a second, and it gets to tell you that one way to the other, what is that one whatsoever, and to the afterlife. You cannot ask buy our way through to the afterlife. And what gift would you give if fear wasn't an issue? So now we get to ought to thank the Lord with your gift by enhancing it, practicing it day by day. Somebody once said, it's 10% of the talent and 90% of the skill. Now, he has engrafted this craft on you, or one. Okay, work in your time frame, your periodic table of being alive on earth. Be sure that you enhance this gift of singing, dancing, drawing, being a poet or whatsoever. And with that being said, life itself is a gift from God. And how we live our life is our gift to God. What gift could you give if fear isn't an issue? Then a code been given by Jay-Z, an black American hip-hop singer, rapper. Yeah, that within that concept or whatsoever. The aim is not to be rich and famous, which is odd, but to live through God's given ability. The aim is not to be rich and famous, but to live through God's given ability. And which is odd because he's famous. But let's put that aside and focus on this code. It goes back to itself. Our life is a gift from God, and how we live our life is our gift to God. Now, listen to this. The aim is not to be rich and famous, is to live through God's given ability. Jay-Z. So now, your given ability, it's your reason for being. Your given ability should be your rod and staff to comfort you when times get hard. Because we all want some quick nyana famous. It's all about money, it's all about famous. But what about that self-fulfillment, or I've done this? It gives you the oomph, the drive, or one. I know I don't have the money, I don't have this, that, and whatsoever, but it feels like I'm in the right path. And speaking of path, Les Brown said he thinks that it was Joe Fraser or someone to the other. All of us are like a blind man waiting on a platform of oddness for somebody to lead us across. All of us are like a blind man waiting for somebody to lead us across, on a platform of oddness for somebody to lead us across. And what do you need into enhancing this craft, into building up your character, your esteem, your confidence in this given ability? What do you need? Somewhere, somehow, we need somebody to hold our hand, to throw the lifeline back at us, to make us. If it wasn't Mr. Mlebaba, I wouldn't have to find the idea of historian poet today. Now it's a brand itself. It's man, it's a brand itself today. So now, all of us need somebody to throw the lifeline back at us, to make us question our own existence. Because if you have a will to do whatsoever, you can do it anyhow. We have a quote from a friend of mine, Lala School. Do follow him on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, howsoever. Lala School. So I'm a man of many words, and that's why I only speak when I have time. I'm a man of many words, and that's why I speak when I have time. These are vocal folks. These are vocal folks. He goes on by saying that face your fear, challenge your challenges. Regret is only regarded as regret because you cannot break your words. Regret is only regret because you cannot take back your words, or you cannot take back your words. And action, but you can give back to them through admitting the lessons you learned from them. Face your fears. Challenge your challenges. Regret is only regret because you cannot take back your words. Okay. And action, but you can give back to them through admitting the lessons you learned from them. What's your code? Lala School. Yes. All right. And then when he went forth, he said that always value time. The same way you value money, for the two can either be spent or be invested or wasted. This is beautiful. Always value your time. The same way that you value money, for the two can either be spent, invested, or wasted. And all of now we know we don't like waiting and being sometimes giving somebody's time, and you are investing yourself into this. Hence, you feel like you've been used one way to the other. Money and time, it could either be spent, invested, or wasted. What's your code? Excuse me, brother. Now, I believe already when you have skills, you have talent, and whatsoever, you need somebody to surround yourself. Now, you need not to surround yourself with people with bad habit, with those that you cannot learn from them. Now, I always befriend myself with people who are better than me in other criterias, because it is that energy that I want. The aura, Kelsey always say, the aura, your aura, it is the aura that consumes one way to the other. So your energy and my energy one way to the other, as it consumes, it makes a whole diverse thing. So it gets to dissolve into a beautiful thing when you get to learn from your friend and he learns from you at the same time, because we have strong points and weakness from certain areas. Now, surround yourself with people who are winning at the game, because success leaves clue. Because birds of the same feathers flock together. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And a darling of the people, do what makes sense for you. If there's one thing that you would want to do and you would feel like it will make a certain sense for you and not the other person, you don't need to confide in them in making sure that your dream or your self-enlightenment has been achieved. Do what makes sense for you and carry yourself accordingly. We have, I guess who wrote this quote, we are repeatedly what we do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. I don't know who wrote it, but it's a famous quote. I had to take it from there. I don't know who wrote it. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. You are a prospect of excellence by engaging into this, being active into this. What's your code? And giving each other the fighting spirit of facing life's challenges day by day. Now, with that being said, all of us are in an inferiority complex, a place where we feel like we are doubting ourselves, not feeling worthy, and all that. I, for one, have this disability of stuttering. It's hereditary. It comes from my family background. And what I'm telling you right now, it's whatever that you think it's a liability to you, it is just there for you to get to find ways into building yourself enough to face it. And I, for one, I get to start. It just, short circuit in some way, somehow. I get to start. And if I had given myself this platform of, I cannot speak fluently. And what gift would you give to God if ever you allow the obstacles, the circumstance of your gift? Because nobody is perfect, and perfection is not into its progress. Perfection is progress, and by me engaging into this, getting to be vocal into our day-to-day activity, and being appreciating my own value into this speaking department, I've got it. And by the chance of day, whether this stuttering would go away or not, the point of it all is to just face it, challenge it. How far is this obstacle going to get into your way? We have a quote by Arnold Matthews, pardon me for that. Our life is not having and getting, but being and becoming. By being and becoming. Life is not by having and getting, but by being and becoming. You can better your best from today. Whatever that gift it is, whatever that challenges that you have to face, you can better it day by day and become the best version of you. What's your code? What's your code? Finally, a friend of mine loves singing. You can follow him on Facebook. Accept your flaws and your downfalls. Learn from them, plan them, turn them into a life lesson. Do me, Senor. Accept your flaws and your downfalls. Learn from them, plan them, turn them into your life lessons. Do check out on him, go Facebook. And then far from that, if they can't kill you, no. It goes hand in hand, they can't kill you if you're already dead. They can't kill you if you're already dead. Accept your flaws and your downfall. Learn from them, plan them, turn them into a life lesson. Once you accept your own value, these are my what you call my insecurities. I get to acknowledge them, be one with them. Don't run from them. Because there's a difference between you being held by your insecurities and your insecurity being held by them. It's a matter of holding. So who's here holding who? So if ever one way or the other you accept that you've got insecurities, you've got fears, that is acceptable, that is legitimate. But when now the fear gets to grasp you, it's a different story now. Because when you accept or want, I have this insecurities, you can speak over it, you can try to maneuver from it and work it out. They can't kill you if you're already dead. What it means, God, once you accept your own value, you're good to go. What's your code? What's your code? So now, leaving you folks by the words of Kelsey, we accept who we are. We attract who we are. You're only watching this show. What's your code? Because you and I believe into giving each other the fighting spirit and being of a winner's quality. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasant pleasure as well as a privilege. See you on the next show. Do leave out your codes, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, and howsoever. I believe I'll call your name out in your code, and the folks from the other side would follow you. It's been a pleasant pleasure as well as a privilege. Thank you.